World's richest people who live like they're poor.
Christian Bale drives a 2003 Toyota pickup, while IKEA's founder still flew coach after making $50 billion.
This is a great video already. I can already tell. W and credits for the creator. Amazing, amazing video.
But let's start with someone worth $300 million who drives a Toyota Prius, Leonardo DiCaprio. In fact, Leo liked his Prius so much he bought another 3 for his mother, father, and stepmother.
Yo, this is a good video. Oh my God, I'm not even paying attention to what he's saying.
Not to mention he rathers commercial over private flights, believing it's a
Look at that.
greener alternative. He's
So he flies commercial.
therefore often seen at the
He flies, not flights. He flies commercial.
airport looking secretive but fairly casual, although he only reaches peak casual when riding his bike through New York City.
That's the fucked up about being rich, because like, I feel like if I could choose between being rich and famous or just being rich and not famous, I'd rather just have the money and not having fame, because, you know, you can't even go anywhere. People, they want attention all the time. I feel like it's better if you just have the money without having, you know, all the people and all people judging you and all the time.
Yeah. Now sure, DiCaprio does own 4 side-by-side houses in Hollywood, but when David Dobrik met him there, he described Leo as surprisingly normal.
Like, he opened the door for us and his dog got out. And so he had to go chase his dog. like, and that's where you go.
Good video. This is a great video.
Oh my God. It's the guy from the Titanic. And this is the Wolf of Wall Street, but he's here at his house just chilling.
And this even extends to how Leo treats his fans. I went up to him at a restaurant and his security stopped me. I heard him saying, "It's okay, let him through." He
This is so cool.
proceeded to give me an autograph and we talked for like 2 minutes. Absolutely down to earth and no superiority complex at all. Leo at least tries to live a normal life, but somebody who actually does is Dave
He has to hide. Oh my God.
Grohl from the Foo Fighters. When asked how he spends his $320 million, Dave Grohl stated, "It goes straight into my bank account where it turns all moldy and smelly, given he
Whoa.
basically buys nothing." For example, Dave Grohl christened his first credit card with the extravagant purchase of a Benihana dinner, and when asked
$52.
about cars, he'd state, "I drive a family car. Not a monster SUV, but a family car that fits 5 people," adding that his Tesla was impractical and the stupidest thing as he thought it was too fancy. He'd also get rid of his holiday home back in 2017 and now owns only one single Los Angeles property, which he calls a house that's just big enough. He'd add, "I don't need even
Very humble.
more money, cars, and gold chains. They don't make you happy. And I'd rather be happy than stinking rich," concluding with a statement, "I'm not a banker, I'm a musician."
Aww.
Let's make it about the music. Let's not talk about money. Let's just go have a good time.
Dave Grohl is the Keanu Reeves of rock and roll, talented and humble, which also describes Christian Bale after adding one more word: frugal. Similar to Dave Grohl,
Frugal.
Bale lives in a nice but simple Los Angeles property, although
I feel like when you do something you love, because these guys, for example, they do something they love. Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm sure he loves what he does. If he wasn't passionate, oh my God, if he wasn't passionate about what he was doing, he wouldn't be so humble about it. Because I feel like if you are really happy with your life, you're not gonna have the need to have this extravagant lifestyle, or maybe unless it's your dream to own these things and you feel excited with the idea of owning a yacht or whatever. Unless this is the specific case, I feel like if you have a career that you are passionate about, you make good money, or say, for example, the other guy, he's a musician, right? He does what he loves. He doesn't need to own these things because he already loves what he does, which is music, right? Like, so it's just something extra, like owning something here, owning something there, having multiple houses. It is good, but it's like, it's the extra. It's not the core thing. The foundation is, you know, the career, what he does. At the end of the day, he goes back to what he wants to do, and he doesn't need anything else. I feel like if people who truly found themselves, they're not gonna want to need to live a super extravagant life unless it's like their dream. But otherwise, if they're already doing something that they care about, then it's a no-go, you know.
He'd recently announced he was dropping $22 million on 12 separate houses, all of which are going to a foster care charity. When offered a luxury villa on the set of Public Enemies, Christian Bale refused, with the director explaining he just wanted an ordinary room. Christian is so modest and unassuming, which is supported by one of Bale's interview statements. Wealth doesn't mean anything to me. If a robber broke into my house, he'd burst into tears, and it wouldn't be worth stealing his car either.
That's what he drives around in. 2003 Toyota Tacoma. It's a good car, never breaks. He's like, if someone needs me to carry something, I can put it in the back.
Christian Bale's truck has become a notable Hollywood talking point.
I guess people have this idea of Hollywood stars, they're driving like the nicest cars.
What are you saying? The Tacoma's not the nicest car. How
It's a
dare you?
2006 Tacoma, right?
2003, thank you
Oh
very
my
much.
God, that's
Yeah, and
almost-
secondhand even then.
And while he might have been spotted also driving a dusty Porsche, it seems the 2003 Toyota is his go-to daily driver. The joke's on everyone else because he's actually driving one of the best vehicles to ever be produced. Bale described his life by stating, "I do the exact same as I've always done. I don't have an assistant, I don't drive a flashy car, I do everything myself. I go to the supermarket myself, the hardware store. It's something I would greatly miss because I'd start to feel like a prisoner," which might also explain why Bale has rejected most technology. Co-star Bryce Dallas Howard said he barely has a cell phone. He's not one of those flamboyant actors that need a lot of people helping him. He and his wife don't have a nanny, they live in a one-bedroom house, they're very low maintenance, low-key real people, but if it's a competition for who can live the cheapest, NBA player Kawhi Leonard might still be the winner.
Okay, the winner.
Because despite making $128 million over the last
I love that accent. I'm not making fun of the guy. I love the accent, by the way. Don't take this as an offense. They'll be like, oh, you're making fun of his. No, I love the video. Video, great narrator, blah, 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 great everything. Stop.
3 years,
Don't take this the wrong way.
Kawhi still drives a 1997 Chevy Tahoe because it runs and it's paid off. The car, which is proudly nicknamed the Gas Guzzler, sits outside his
I would probably have a different car than that, but I still respect him for that.
bedroom San Diego apartment, although it's at the Wingstop just down the street that his frugality really shows. After landing a sponsorship with the company back in 2016, they sent him a coupon booklet for free chicken wings, which he then accidentally lost, apparently leading to a panic attack.
Whoa.
Wingstop also seems to be Kawhi's go-to place for autographs, but Ed Sheeran's go-to place for anything
Oh, this guy,
is
Ed Sheeran.
the couch in his hometown house. He made
He made 775 million. You know how the last time I saw Ed Sheeran, he was trying to say hi to Tota in the middle of the live stream. What was the live stream again? It was Kai's live stream.
175 million from
Mafiaton.
his 2023 tour, but when asked about his bank, he'd state, "I use my Barclays student account. I've not upgraded because I don't spend much money. If I had all my money in one account, I would spend all of it, so I get an allowance." But when asked about how much the allowance
Bro has a student account with $775 million? Damn!
was, he'd give a shocking answer. "Maybe $1,000. I really don't spend much money. I spend most of it on taxis. Hotels certainly weren't
Taxis.
a primary expense, as he'd sleep in Courtney Cox's spare room for 3 months.
That's the shit. They do something that it goes back to the same principle that I said previously. They do something they love. They already are passionate about the career themselves, like the career and the process itself, rather than the money that comes along with it. Like they love the process, they love the song, they love their craft or the art more than they love the money. Of course, money is important because we all need to survive and pay bills, blah blah blah. But like, as much as it is important, they care about the process more, so they don't need to have these super extravagant life, right? And it nonetheless, it doesn't make that they're never gonna buy something expensive. They can do whatever they want. But it goes back to that. I feel like if you get to this point in life, you really set yourself up for success. Because like one thing, a lot of people, they make a lot of money. They make so much fucking money. It's not even funny. But they hate their lives. They're always stressed. They hate the lifestyle. They hate everything. They're dying. They're unhappy. They're living off of pills. You know, they have depression pills, etc. So I don't feel like even if they make so much money, they are not as well as somebody like Ed Sheeran, for example, who is not a like super billionaire, although he has a lot of freaking money too. You know what I'm saying? But he's not like he doesn't have $100 billion, for example. But at the same time, he lives a really really good life. He found his balance, put it that way. So it's a good trade-off, I would say. I don't know.
Straight, which might have been a mansion in Malibu, although he didn't need such luxury.
I do go to LA every now and then, go to wanky restaurants with people, and that is a side of my life. But I also live in the place that I grew up with my wife, who grew up there.
As mentioned, Ed Sheeran married his high school girlfriend and moved back to their English country hometown with only 4,000 people. Here he
Damn.
keeps up normal working hours.
I actually got the idea from Eminem. He works 9 to 5, goes in, does a studio, goes home.
And when asked about lavish holidays,
He does it like it's a 9 to 5. Yeah, Eminem said that in one of the times.
he'd state,
I think he said that.
I'm ginger, so we don't really sit on beaches. I
What's ginger?
can't think of anything less relaxing than sitting getting burnt in the sun. No, I just shut all my doors, turned off my phone and watched lots of DVDs. Perhaps best
Netflix.
resonating with The Hunger Games, as Jennifer Lawrence is equally normal. Despite being often cited as the most successful actress of her generation, Jennifer Lawrence stated, I'm in bed by 11 p.m. at the latest. I prefer that to hanging around Hollywood parties at night. Fame or being famous has never impressed me, which might also explain why she refused to upgrade her Volkswagen EOS even after finding initial success. She'd eventually splurge on an equally humble Chevy Volt while living in the same Los Angeles townhouse that was bought for less than $1 million before the fame. She'd state, I was raised to have value for money, to have respect for money even though you have a lot of it, with this respect for money leading to a life of extreme humility. I still look for bargains in the supermarket. Just because you're getting recognized by other people doesn't mean you've become anything special, and according to Ingvar Kamprad, being a billionaire didn't make you special either. By starting the Swedish furniture brand IKEA, Ingvar built a net
IKEA.
worth of $53 billion, and in 2004 briefly overtook Bill Gates as the world's richest person. Despite this, Ingvar was known for driving a 1993 Volvo 240.
Oh, damn. Now I think he went a little bit too far with it. Nah, I mean, he does whatever he wants to do, but we are here to overyap because I have to say something. So in my opinion, I feel like, damn, man, should upgrade it just a little bit. You don't have to get a Porsche or a Ferrari, but, you're going to cap this car, bro.
He drove around
You could have that and another car, but just that alone, isn't that too much?
his hometown known for having frugal people. It is in the nature of Smartland to be thrifty. If you look at me now, I don't
Be thrifty.
think I'm wearing anything that wasn't bought at a flea market, and Ingvar was even committed to always flying economy. How the hell can I ask people who work for me to travel cheaply if I'm traveling in luxury? It's a question of good leadership. Best to stay in touch with the real world, although he might have been so cheap that the world lost touch with him. Normally, I try to get my hair cut when I'm in a developing country. Last time it was in Vietnam. Ingvar died in 2018.
What the fuck?
As the world's 8th richest person, and while Mark Zuckerberg isn't popular with everyone, he definitely maintains the legacy of frugal billionaires.
I mean, this is not exactly how it goes because this guy has a lot of Ferraris, multiple cars.
He's currently
Let's see if it's gonna mention
the
that.
4th richest person on earth with 170 billion, but wears the exact same shirt every single day, reducing decision fatigue while making his life simple. Now, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Zuckerberg owns 5 side-by-side Silicon Valley houses. Although it's not like they all have tennis courts, the primary residence is nice but fairly normal, and is 10 minutes away from the mega mansions in the nearby suburb of Atherton. Zuckerberg owns an Acura TSX worth 30 grand, a Honda Fit worth 18 grand, a Volkswagen Golf also worth 30 grand, and a Pagani Huayra worth, well, 4 million.
Okay, he mentioned that. Okay.
But for the most part, his checklist is safe, comfortable, and not ostentatious. Tyler Winklevoss called Mark Zuckerberg.
Yo, if you're interested in about cars, about billionaires, go check Jack Pockets. He actually breaks it down, and he breaks it down good. I already watched that video. Amazing, amazing.
The poorest rich person I've ever seen in my life, although he perhaps hadn't seen Lil Dicky, who made a whole song about how cheap he was. It was appropriately titled Saving Dat Money, for which he'd make a music video without spending a single dollar.
The concept of the video is how can I make the most epic rap video ever for no money?
He'd therefore visit mansions, boats, and clubs, trying to convince random people to let him use their stuff, all of which being done while wearing the cheapest clothes possible.
Are you for real?
You hear a lot of rap songs about spending money. I thought, wouldn't it be funny to make a song about saving money because it's ironic, but beyond irony, I genuinely have pride in saving money.
I can't believe he did it.
I'm a relatively cheap person who, to me, it's not cool to overspend, it's cool to get a great deal. Within the song itself, Dicky admits to using his cousin Greg's Netflix account, getting his hair cut with several months in between, and wearing the same pair of jeans every day, also showing his frustration with how famous music made him.
Mark, you seeing them? Mark? Look what my life has become.
And then, of course, there's
What? Was the guy watching him?
Adam Sandler.
Oh, he's the most humble, or the humblest? The most humble, the most humblest? The most humbliest?
He favors oversized clothes, untied sneakers, and a fresh from the hamper look.
His dress style is so
untied sneakers. Nah, this is straight up cap right now. You have to at least tie your shoes.
Casual, it's basically a meme. This man has more money than he knows what to do with and still gets his drip from Walmart. Love it. He always looks ready for a basketball match because, according to this interview, he loves to turn up and play with random people.
I fly in, try to find a game somewhere, play, get a little sweat.
I once played basketball with Sandler during lunch break on Grown Ups. He has an automatic three-pointer and is as down to earth as any famous person I've ever met. I can't say enough nice things about the guy.
So cute.
Yeah. I literally go to any park. I see a game going off, and I go, "All right, let me just walk in." I walk up. A couple people usually go, "Oh, that's what's his name?" And then I go, "Yeah." And then I get a 5-on-5 going.
He isn't scared to photobomb a random wedding, get a standard breakfast at IHOP, or eat a jar of pickles while walking down the street, despite being worth almost $500 million.
Let's go. W video, W Sunny V2. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Let's see. Christian Bale driving an old Toyota truck is cool as fuck. Basically, rich people who still have a brain at the same time. I mean, if you got rich, not everybody, but it usually means you got a brain, right? But some people got really lucky, so it's hard to say. But yeah. What else? If you ever see me in a limousine, I'm the one driving it. Mark Zuckerberg owns 5 houses side by side, $4 million car. Sunny V2, he lives so poor. Exactly. Meanwhile, Tom Segura complaining about first class tickets and roasting poor people. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Capitalism. We need the poor to sustain the world, guys. Unfortunately, that's how everything works. Zuckerberg wearing the same 2000 shirt every day, so humble. $2,000 shirt, yeah. British Hunt said, I really love it when Sunny makes a non-negative video. I wouldn't say any of these people are living poor. Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't say that as well. Imagine entering a local supermarket just to hear Jennifer Lawrence's voice coming from somewhere shouting, the mayonnaise is how much? $2. $3. Hold on, last one. It runs and it's paid off. Okay, the real estate man. Okay, yeah. So far, these people are very down to earth, but that does not mean they cannot go ahead and spend their money, especially if you work for $440 million, you know? You're not poor anymore. You can pretend or can live a more humble lifestyle, but you're not poor anymore. Like, don't even try to portray this image, you know? If you feel comfortable living in this situation is nice. It's good that you have, you know, some common sense, you know, and respect for people who are like at the bottom of the pyramid of capitalism, whatever. But you're not poor anymore, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you do whatever you want with your money. It's your money. If you want to buy a 1993 a freaking car, you can buy it. If you want to buy a Porsche, you can buy it. If you want to have 10 cars, you can have 10 cars. It doesn't really matter. It's your money. But yeah, this is the video. Let me know what y'all think. People here, let me see the last one. Let me see the last one. Great video. Marcus Notch. Top moment mentioned DiCaprio. DiCaprio is the most. It's well, Adam Sandler and DiCaprio is probably the most down to earth people in my opinion. Yeah.